Today's reading is Umi Osho, an entry from the Monster Encyclopedia book series. A monster with a large turtle shell on its back that inhabits the seas of Zimpangu, having meek and timid personalities. Not only do they not attack humans, it is said that sometimes they are so astonished when they come across a human that they just hide in their shell, refusing to come out. Like sea bishops, they are priestesses who serve the sea god, and they can perform the ritual to remake the bodies of human men who are joined with the monsters of the sea, enabling them to live in the sea. Due to this ability and their honest and simple nature, they are loved by the monsters of the sea. They themselves are quite harmless beings, but if someone were to try and harm them, he would surely be dragged under the water by the monsters of the sea in a fit of rage, or in some cases by the storms and bellows caused by the sea god. And then the man would end up being swarmed by the monsters and violated, but the Umi Osho herself would disregard it as if nothing had happened, despite possibly having been harmed. And she would bless the union of the man and the monsters, and the birth of a new married couple would be, from the bottom of her heart, performing the ritual to enable him to live under the sea. They hesitate to even speak to a man in a seductive manner, let alone attack them, yet their true nature is monstrous, and they eagerly anticipate being joined with a human man. Also, as a race, they have strong masochistic feelings, longing to be pursued by a man so fiercely that it's overbearing and violent. To receive his raging lust in their body, for these things they pray to the sea god every day, perhaps due to a blessing resulting from their fervent prayer and their original cultivation. Their ordinary speech and behavior irresistibly provokes sadistic feelings in men. Perhaps because they mostly have pipette bodies in general and carry disproportionately large and heavy shells, should they fall over for some reason, they aren't quite able to get back up. It is said that when seen in this manner, they experience agonizing shame, and they look so pitifully adorable and defenseless that it easily makes a man's sadistic feelings run wild. A man would take advantage of their inability to resist and violate them according to his own desires. Even when being violated, they retain their modest attitude rather than indulging in pleasure. It's more like they devotedly offer themselves to a man to quell his rage in a manner befitting of an adherent of the sea god. However, their true nature as a monster can be briefly glimpsed from the way they move their hips, and when taking a meat rod. They clamp down firmly, greedily refusing to let go, spurring a man to push deeper and deeper inside. Their mouth is just as greedy as their lower parts, and it is said that once they take a penis inside, they keep sucking without letting go until he's all out of semen. Also, it seems that they will experience great joy and ecstasy on this occasion if a man puts his hand on their head and presses it down, and their fellatio will become more and more lewd and alluring, or something like that. Additionally, they're guides to Rijuro, which also serves as the sea god's shrine, and they've been granted the power to enable even men who aren't married to sea monsters to temporarily breathe under the sea. Rijuro exists at the bottom of the sea, and it's a place described as one of the world's paradises, where guests can expect dreamlike hospitality. Of course, men that strike their fancy will be invited, but other men are also invited according to the request made by other monsters of the sea.